Hello. Do you ever feel like you're not getting the best output out of your AI tools, such as ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini? The secret is most likely in your prompts. Why would this matter to you or anyone else? Because it leads into what is called prompt engineering. All that means is a better, faster, and more accurate way to get results out of your AI. In this video, you're going to be seeing the key concepts, basics, and advanced techniques, along with the common mistakes that occur when you're entering your prompts against your AI. So that's it. Let's get to it. What is a prompt? A prompt, you can think of it as a recipe, a crafted little sentence paragraph that you're going to specify and provide to someone so that they can comply those instructions. Who would you be handing this to? To what's called an LLM, a large language model. An LLM can be thought as the AI brain, more like a super knowledgeable library. So you handle a prompt, you craft it, and then you provide it to the LLM, this super knowledgeable library. Most of the time, whenever you create your prompt, the first two shots that we take at a prompt are zero shot and few shot. Zero shot means it's a direct instruction with no examples, just as is. The few shot has a couple more examples, one or two, before you start moving forward. Those are the main tasks that happen there, or procedures, because that's how we think. That's how most of the time we sit down and communicate with AI or anyone else. A lot of the time we just don't provide any context. So to recap, a prompt can be thought as a recipe, instructions that you're providing someone, probably a chef. The LLM is your librarian with vast knowledge. And then most of the time, our first attempt to crafting a prompt is going to be zero shot or a few shot. Now, when we start crafting a prompt, a good example or basic prompt usually is going to be having 4 steps. The first one that I recommend is to be very specific and clear. An example, write a short poem about the Apollo moon. You already indicated that it's a short, it's a poem, and what it is about. Step 2, provide context. Indicate your target audience and any other details that might be relevant. Step 3, define the output format. For instance, provide the answer as a bulleted list. Provide the answer as a sentence. Provide the answer as a report, as a paragraph. Step 4, iterate and refine. Here you're going to be experimenting, tweaking, and improving these prompts. A few prompt examples. Ineffective prompts, very broad and generic, for instance, would be, tell me about AI. That's going to generate a huge list, probably very comprehensive, but it's going to go off the rails and probably not be as useful as what you were looking for. Probably we're looking for something more concise. A more effective prompt example would be, explain the concept of artificial intelligence in simple terms for a high school student focusing on machine learning. Provide a 3-sentence summary. Notice the difference. One provides a large context, broad context. The other one is much more narrow. You're specifying what you're talking about, how you want it, target audience, what the focus is, and how it's going to be provided as the answer. Okay, so then we move into one advanced technique called chain of thought. The name can be a little bit misleading there, but think of it this way. Let's plan a scenario. Maybe you're planning to build a birthday party for someone. So you plan a dinosaur-themed birthday party for a 10-year-old with a $100 budget for 5 kids. So the prompt would be, you suggest 3 dinosaur party themes for the top theme list, 3 decoration ideas, and then suggest 2 dino-themed snacks. Think it step by step and explain those choices. That narrows down and is much more explanatory. If you're still here with me, chances are you're liking the video. So feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you in other videos that come along whenever we craft them and record them. Now let's get back to the video. Common pitfalls. Vagueness. We mentioned that before. Something very broad, ambiguous, and that causes a lot of work. And without being specific, your answer is going to be bloated, putting it down. The second pitfall, not iterating. Meaning, okay, you probably didn't get the right answer you wanted. That's okay. But that does not stop you from refining it. For instance, that example about tell me about AI, maybe you waited all the 10 minutes that it was coming back with an answer, but you could tell it afterwards. Tell me more about AI, but focus on machine learning. What machine learning is, its subsets and techniques, basics and advanced techniques. Now you're going to be having a much more refined prompt, and it's going to be much more narrow. Probably closer if that's what you were looking for. A few tips and tricks. The first tip would be ask for a role. Indicate the role to AI. Act as a solutions architect, specifying the context for the AI. Second tip, indicate negative constraints. For instance, do not include specific dates and times, or skip the content that was from this date, start date, to this end date, or specific topics. Do not include machine learning or deep. Now you're getting the idea. You can narrow it down further that way. Tip 3 is break down those prompts into complex tasks, smaller subtasks, one at a time. That's going to take you further down and help. A few questions that come to mind are, can I use prompt engineering for AI image generators? Yes, in fact, many use it for those specific purposes. You can describe subjects, style, colors, moods, camera angles, and that's going to help your prompt improve. Then probably a biggest question more overall is prompt engineering a lasting skill? Definitely. AI is improving all the time, and it's not going anywhere. So I would say, let's start working on it right now, because the more effective you can communicate with AI, the more crucial it's going to be for the career and future. If you like so far everything, share your prompt tricks, questions in the comments. I'll be looking forward to hearing from them, and let's start a discussion. See you in the next video.